Hello everybody, it's me KingStix. Today I'm going to be doing an Evelynn commentary. I'm going to show you what to look for when you're playing as Evelynn, when to go on for picks, when to gank, when not to gank, and just overall show you her carry potential. So I'll just start from the beginning. At the beginning you want to lay a ward at the enemy's buff because sometimes they might invade you. Also you want to know if they're doing their buff so you can invade them. On most champions are going to invade, like Yi or any other squishy jungler. The only time you want to avoid invading them at level 2 is when there's someone like Rek'Sai. So here I'm just sitting outside his field of vision, and then I'm going to come in once he gets it really low to put him in a bad situation. I'm going to ignite him, use all of my spells. So I end up stealing his blue buff, and Yi blows his flash. This is a really good trade. We split the XP on the buff, but I get all the gold, and I get the buff itself. And also I'm going to steal his wolves. Bear in mind, Flash has a lot longer cooldown than Ignite as well, so he's going to be at a big disadvantage trying to do any ganks or getting away from me in the future. So on my way back, I'm just going to clear out some camps. I'm going to get the Scuttle. I see Morg is all-inning Zed. I know she just used her Flash and Ignite, so now I'm going to go in on her after the red eye has seen me. Dodge the snare, hit her with my E and Q, she's dead. Note how I waited to use my speed up, which is my W, till after she could technically see me. When they can technically see you, the eye above their head will turn red. If they can't see you but they're getting close to seeing you, it'll just simply be yellow. The point for doing this is, for saving your speed up till they can see you, is you want to be able to get in on them as quickly as possible without them being able to get away. So if you use your speed up too early, they're just simply going to be able to see you and just walk away from you, so there'll be nothing you can do. So you want to get up to them as close as you can while invisible, and then once you're on them, then you want to speed up. So here I saw Yi was mid, so I comfortably just warded his red buff. I could have gotten an easy kill here, but Echo ends up walking into the bush, which is warded. Even though I tell him it's warded, it's fine though. It's really not too big of a deal. Zed said he was going to come, but since Yi knows what's up now, he's not going to come. So I see Yi's top lane. I don't really want to gank top because I don't want to fight a 2v2, plus York has a big wave. So I'm just hovering around the red and hovering around mid. I know Morg has no summoner, so she will be an easy kill. She's going in. I'm going to just come up behind her, hit her with my Q and E. Since she's not actually a distance away from me, I hadn't used my W yet because there's no need to use it. I was going to save it just in case he came out, or if Morg somehow got away from me, like if she'd snared me. So in that situation, I hadn't even used my speed up since I was on her the whole time already. So we pick up another easy kill on Morg. Yi does end up taking Zed out. In that situation, there's not a lot you can do. You just want to finish your camp, because either the turret's going to kill Yi or he's going to get away. You don't even have boots yet. So at this point, you just want to build towards your jungle item. You should have your Stalker's Blade by now. You really want to rush that. It's going to give you lots of sustain in jungle. It's also going to give you the Chilling Smite, which you really need to secure kills and to get the extra slow. Here, just coming up behind York, even though he is level 6 and I'm level 5, just looking at his mana, I know I can take him. So I'm just going to blow him up as he starts to get away and close. As he starts to get away and make some distance between me and him, then I use my W, close the distance, I ignite him, I smite him, I mess him up, constantly hitting Q the whole time. Like I said, you do want to get your jungle item ASAP, which is the Luden's Echo, Chilling Smite. And then you usually want to go for your mobility boots. After you get your Luden's Echo, you can sometimes just go for normal boots and go straight for Lich Bane or Rylaia's. Here's Zed's getting it all in. There's really not a whole lot I can do, but I see my teammates from bot lane coming in, so I engage on Yi, and we start to destroy him. The reason I didn't go in earlier is Yi was still on his ultimate and Morgana was also there. So if I had went in earlier, I would have gotten blown up and it would have been really bad. So Yi's dead. I'm just scouring the jungle. I see Morgana's low on HP and she's staying on her turret. She just wasted her soil, so now I can just come in as long as I dodge her snare and blow her up. She did actually try to use her snare there at the last moment, but it was too late. It's a long animation, so I just blew her up and I was going to dodge it anyway. So easy kill, just W out of there. You want to remember, in between kills, you want to cycle in some jungle camps for the experience and gold. If you're only going for kills on Evelynn, you're going to put yourself behind really far on levels in gold. Also, if you're only going for kills, if it doesn't turn out and if you don't actually get a kill, you're going to be really far behind. Here, Yi's being really aggressive. I'm just going to break his ward. Morgana's closing in. Zed isn't actually mid, so I have to just basically give up the blue buff. So that kind of sucks, but it's whatever. Just clearing out the rest of my camps. I do have a lot of gold right now, so it'd be really nice to go back, but I get kind of greedy here. There's a really big wave that I could take. It'd be stealing from Echo though. So I end up going for Yorick, using my ult, using all my spells. There's two reasons why I didn't get the kill here. One, when I engaged on Yorick, I did not have enough mana. I can't even keep using my Q constantly, so I lost the fight right there from the bat, just not having enough mana. Also, when I engaged on him, Yorick was tanky enough, and I don't have enough damage at this point, to where when I engaged on him towards the end of the lane towards his turret. So even if I had enough mana, it would have been very difficult to kill him since it was a very short walk. I should have engaged on him sooner. But like I said, being low on mana, it kind of screwed me there. In between the ganks, one of the easiest camps for you to take is Raptor, since your Q will basically clear out the whole camp by itself. So that's always a good thing to pick up whenever the camp comes back alive. Easy gold. While you are in the enemy's jungle, once you have secured yourself ahead, just feel free to take all of their stuff. It'll put them even farther behind, it'll put you farther ahead. Whenever you see an opportunity where you have a solid chance to take Dragon, either after getting a kill or being so far enough ahead that it doesn't matter if they come to try to stop you, take the Dragons. If it goes mid game or late game, you're really going to need the extra buffs from the Dragon to secure the win. Also, Dragons are really useful early game as well. Always keep an eye on the minimap. Whenever you're playing Evelynn, it's less about your micro skill. There's really not a whole lot of outplay you can do on Evelynn other than dodging skill shots. You really need to focus on the minimap and knowing exactly where every enemy champion is. Because if you can know where who is who, you can do a lot of damage, especially with your passive and being invisible. Because they'll never know where you are, but if you know where they are, then it's just such a big advantage. Here I get really greedy. I'm super squishy. It's only me and Vel'Koz against 3 of them. I go towards the bush to try to get out of their field of vision, and Yi was there and I got boned. Don't be greedy. Whenever you're playing Evelynn and you're build and player the way I do, you can't be doing stupid shit like that because you're just going to get chunked down like with what you saw there. Here, I have not actually got my mobility boots. Like I mentioned earlier, after you get your full jungle item, which is going to be your Loon's Echo, since I am playing AP Evelynn, you can get your normal boots and go straight for your Lich Bane. Lich Bane and the Loon's Echoes both give you movement speed, so you don't have to get the boots of mobility. Here, Nami would have died if I would have ignited her first, but she blew her flash and it healed, so it's unfortunate, but that's what happens when you're greedy with your summoner spells like me. Here, I'm in a really bad situation. Look at the minimap. I couldn't see any of the enemies there. It was just me and Yi, so I should have known I was fucked. It was a bad situation that I put myself in there, and that's really why you have to look at the minimap when you're playing as Evelynn. Because when you're doing really well, enemies will start to get really paranoid and kind of group up where they think you might be. It's really stupid the way it happens, but that's you really have to look at your minimap constantly. I suggest increasing the size in your settings to the maximum minimap size. Another thing on Evelynn that you really want to look for is the Rift Herald buff. Rift Herald buff is absolutely freaking OP on Evelynn. It gives you so much extra damage, and it gives you just that little bit of extra damage you need to secure kills and assassinate people 1v1. So before the 20-minute mark, before Baron comes in, try to get Rift Herald buff, because if you do, your damage will be absolutely insane in the mid and late game. You'll just be one-shotting people and popping off. You'll see that later in this game, but just a heads up. Try to get Rift Herald buff, and make sure you're the one who gets it. Don't give it to your top laner. You really need it as Evelynn. I know that sounds greedy, but it's true. Evelynn really needs it. Since there's nothing to gank and I can't really see anyone on the map, or if they're too close to their turrets, you're just going to clear out your jungle camps. There's no reason to stretch yourself too thin. I see bot lanes overextend and they don't have a turret, so I'm just going to come down here. I'm walking up first. I have my ultimate. I use my ult first to do maximum damage and get a huge shield. End up chunking Nami down while still having my ignite. Note how I use my ultimate first to slow them all, get a shield, since your ult gives you a shield per enemy champion hit, so I got a decently large shield. Also, your ultimate does more damage the more health they currently have. So just pick up another easy kill, speed up with W, bait out the Q from Yi, and keep killing him. Note, whenever you're fighting against a melee champion like Yi like that, after they've used their gap closer, and if you survive, you can still keep hitting them with your Q and staying just out of the range of attack by speeding up with your W. Here, I'm really stupid and ended up dying from Yorick. If you go back and watch that, he actually ulted himself in the last frames of his death. So he caught me off guard there, and I was just really surprised he would have ulted himself. I should have been paying attention though. Here, Vayne steps up, and I turned her into mush. Killed her instantly, pretty much. It's it's that Rift Herald buff, to be honest. Since I do have my Luden's Echoes and my Lich Bane, along with the Rift Herald, I'm doing insane damage. I'm getting the active from the Lich Bane, the active from the Ludens. My Thunder Lords plus the Rift Herald is crazy damage. It is another Ocean Dragon. I found Ocean and Wind to really be the best dragons on Evelynn, because you're going to be walking around the map a lot. And while you're walking around the map a lot as Evelynn, you're going to be getting the hills, and also you're going to be getting the speed up from the wind. But honestly, I haven't really found a dragon to be bad on Evelynn, or most champions for that matter. Because even if you're going to be split pushing as Evelynn, the Mountain Dragon is very strong. Or if you just want some straight up bitch slapping damage, Fire Dragon is good. So really, any dragon you get on Evelynn is a good dragon. Just adjust your gameplay accordingly. Some easy kills. I see Vayne up here, so I could honestly just one-shot Vayne right now, even with my low health and mana. Echo is kind of fucking it up, because he's getting too close and she can see Echo. So then she probably knows that I'm nearby. She ends up using both her sums. I kill her, and then Nami comes in to cuck me, but she didn't even get an assist because the turret finished me off. It was really greedy of me, but since you're Evelynn, I really wanted it. It wasn't worth it, but yeah. It was just really unfortunate. I was kind of annoyed the way it played out since Echo kind of blew my cover. Like, if Vayne didn't see Echo, she wouldn't have moved back so much, and she wouldn't have been so on angsty. Going on a quick kill. I use my W reset. I'm going to try to get another one. Can't quite do it. I see Vayne is bot lane, and she's the easiest kill right now. 2 of my teammates are dead, only one of them are dead. So the best move for you to do right now is to go split push and try to kill an enemy champion that's there. In this case, it's Vayne, so it's really easy. Come up behind her, EQ. I didn't even have to use my W. Since she was attacking the turret and was preoccupied, I could get close enough to her before her realizing I was there and just insta fucking kill her. It was super easy, super free. And now I can push the wave. So now what I've done is I'm pushing a wave. If the enemies don't send anyone to stop me, I'll take a turret. If they send someone to stop me, then my teammates will be taking other objectives like turrets, minions, or taking something like Baron. So I'm just waiting for Vayne again. I kill her instantly with just 1 Q, 1 E, 1 smite, and 1 auto attack. She dies instantly. So now that I've killed Vayne again, same situation. The enemies have to send at least 1 to 2 people to stop me from taking turret or killing another one of them. So it puts them in a bad spot, because then my teammates can then push another turret either top or mid and start taking objectives. I see Morgana, and I'm going to be lurking around. Like I said, look on your fucking minimap. Free kills galore. I see she's going to be coming up here with the ward and the minions. Going to hide behind the wall for the vision so she can't see me. She's like 20 units away when I'm already on her, so I'm already in melee range by the time she can see me, since I was behind the wall. Opened up with my ult, hit her with my E and Q, my smite and everything, just dies instantly. Vayne, silly, wastes her heal. It doesn't really matter. I have too much damage and she dies. An important thing to note, I want to go back to the more kill, is whenever you're in a 1v1 situation especially, and you're just trying to get off maximum damage to get the kill, you want to open up with your ultimate always, because it's going to slow them down. It's going to make it hard for them to get away from you. Also, your ultimate does more damage based off of the current HP they have. So if the more HP they have, the more damage your ultimate's going to do. After you get your Luden's Echoes and your Lich Bane, it's a really situational based off of what item you get next. I'm so far ahead with the Rift Herald buff that I can really just get whatever I want. In this situation, I just went for more damage and more split pushing ability with the ZZ Rot and the Nashers. Same situation here. I'm hiding, waiting, open up with ult open up with ult EQ, get a free kill. Here I get caught out of position. Vayne lands a crate condemned, and I get screwed. You have to be, after you get a kill in enemy territory, and if you don't see any of them on your minimap, you have to be really weary because you're about to get destroyed. So that was my bad right there. The end of the game is wrapping up. and we are finishing them off. I do want to note that my placement of the ZZ Rot is instrumental. Look where I put my ZZ Rot. I put it in the mid lane. So that allows my teammates to push top lane for free, because if the enemies don't stop the mid lane push, then my teammates will just take top lane. If they stop them top, mid lane will push in. Meanwhile, I'm pushing bot lane, so we're pushing all 3 waves without even having to have a champion mid. I hope you guys enjoyed this Evelynn commentary. I hope you learned something from it, and I wish you guys the best of luck out there on the Rift.
Yeah.